Whoa, there it is. And I got the orange one, guys. I did not know what to expect here. So you've got the launcher itself. You've got kinetic rounds. These are both listed as kinetic projectiles, and this is a pro training. I got to show you the size of this launcher, guys. It is tiny. All right, I got a cell phone here. Got an iPhone. All right, here we go. I'm going to take said iPhone, since they did this on the video here. I'm going to take iPhone, and I'm going to put this right next to it. There you go. If that gives you an idea what the size of the launcher is. Let's take an actual launcher. Let's take one of the T4E Glocks. All right? Standard T4E Glock. And let's compare it side by side. Here's the Byrna. Here's the Glock. Y'all see the difference? It is considerably smaller than the Glock. I mean, like, considerably. And way lighter, guys. I mean, like, that weighs nothing. It is really, really light. So this is a very tiny launcher. I mean, that's the smallest launcher I've ever seen. If, theoretically, the CL is hitting with the same impact value per square inch as the LE, which physically it is. I mean, you can literally go by physics, and it is hitting at the same level. That is a true measurement. So there was nothing deceptive in that advertising. It's just something that people are not used to. So it's a little strange for people. There's no safety, which means that the first time you pull that trigger, it's going to charge and fire the first round at the same time. That is awesome. I actually really kind of dig that. I'm not going to lie to you. That is a light pull. So the first pull, like I said, we expected it to be a little heavier because you're puncturing and firing the first round. But that is a lot of rounds coming out of an 8-gram CO2. So that is actually pretty cool. I did not expect that.
CO2 is currently in the launcher. As you can see, we have all of our rounds here. Hopefully, I can get this chrono to act nice with us. You ready?
Yep, you're ready to roll.
And we all have iPro on.
Yes, we do.
Now, I'm gonna take this here. So first full trigger pull.
This is a challenging shot, trust me. Yep.
All right, ready?
No. We expected that.
Yep, that's a light one. 386, 377. I think it likes the lighting.
Yeah.
325, that might have been a bad one. 294.
All right,
Yep.
so.
Tapers off a little bit, it's good.
Wait a minute. Now, I'm not the math pro here. Our first shot, we know, comes out at half velocity. That is expected, okay? We know this because Byrna punctures and fires the first round. So if you take that and actually do it correctly, and unless my monkey math is off, the first round was right at 330 FPS. Second round was around, did I hear 380?
380.
380. So what's a 380 round doing in this size? Check this out, guys. I knew it. I knew there was something weird about this.
So that's 120 meters per second. If we're doing kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared, I'm going to square that number. We're going to multiply it by that, let's see, the mass, which is 2 grams, right? 2.1?
Yep.
2.1 divided by 1,000, divided by 2. 15.1 joules.
15.1 joules.
That's a good sign.
All right. Then we saw it drop off of the 15.1, and it ended up right around the 300 range. So this is exactly what we expected to see, but it's more with the second shot. Now, can it repeat it? Of course it can. Let's show you. All right, guys, so I am going to take 5, and let's see if we actually get the same chrono readings. Fresh CO2, fresh rounds, and here we go. Then we're going to do something fun with it. All right, we are loaded up and taking the first shot. We know it's going to be low, so we don't care. 386, guys, consistency. Is that 398? 398, 364, 322, guys. That is the numbers I wanted to see. The results from the testing kind of played out better than what they put on paper. And that is pretty normal for Byrna. They do that. They'll typically underestimate their launchers a little bit, so when you get them, they're firing a little bit harder. Now, one thing that we tried off camera that I cannot believe we didn't think about is, you can run 3 mags through this, and they maintain velocity up to the 3rd mag, which means that that first round, pow, bam, 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 drop a mag, slap a mag, bam, 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 just like that. You're going to maintain those velocities, which is awesome. So you're going to get way more than one mag out of it, and you've already punctured it, so you've got full velocity on the shot. That's actually pretty cool too. You saw the penetration we were seeing on Scully. Do you think that that penetration is a direct result of the fact that you're firing a smaller round at a higher velocity? Is that what we're seeing?
Yes, so especially whenever you're dealing with something that isn't 100% dense, the amount of energy per square inch does actually matter. So if you're dealing with in physics we use extremes to explain concepts. So if you have two objects that are firing with the same joules, let's say 10 joules, you have a bowling ball at 10 joules and you have a marble at 10 joules. That marble at 10 joules is going to penetrate significantly deeper than the bowling ball at 10 joules. Right now we have that pinball shooting at 12.2 joules, which is why you're seeing increased penetration as opposed to the LE. If we were to do the exact same test with the LE, guarantee you wouldn't get the same amount of penetration.
Right. And on these shots, as you saw, they underestimated that velocity. I mean, we were seeing, almost up to 300. In one case, it was 290 something, right?
398.
Yeah. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that's putting it up into the, 16 joule range?
Yep, that puts us at 16 joules.
Right. So, and we never dropped below the 12 joule range, which means that it stayed where it was supposed to be or performed significantly better through every round we put through it, aside from the first round. And we know why that's the case, right? I mean, it is what it is. It's a Byrna. You sacrifice the need to puncture with your hand or with some other twist method in order to get that pull to pierce, but you sacrifice that first round. So just keep in mind, if you're using one for self-defense, you don't just fire one round. You need to fire until the target has been, dissuaded from their attitude. Yes, yeah, you properly issue that correction.
In reference to shot consistency, this is actually interesting. We noticed that you would obviously get 380, 390 FPS out of those first couple of shots. It would taper off a little bit down to 330 to 350, but then it would stay there until it was almost empty, which is that's a really good design. That means you're getting incredible consistency with the shots, and that means that you actually have a really efficient gas system in there, because if you had issues with the actual gas system, you would see a massive drop in FPS after 5 to 6 shots, which we didn't. After it got to that 330 to 350, it stayed there.
Would you say that your opinion of it is better or worse than what you thought it was going to be when we received it?
Significantly better. I mean, I am glad that Byrna is underrating it. That's actually a really good sign for the performance of the launcher itself. So you're talking about shooting 30% or 40% harder than an HCP50, 100% harder than a 7.5 joule HCP50, and you're dealing with a much more compact size, and you're still getting around the same shots out of a smaller CO2. The efficiency on this thing's off the scales.